been so long. It has been so long. Hey, well, at least if the people who clicked the link clicked it, hey, all right. Guys, I know it has been a long time since I've done one of these on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with Twitter, so I just figured this would just be the easiest way to do it. All right, I'm going to wait for a couple more heads to come in here. And then I'm going to take a look. Hey, it's working. Thanks. Fuck, man. Very long. I know. Well, now I'm in TTG, so we're doing these streams all the time. Yeah, look, I am going to remedy that situation. I'm going to be doing my own nightlies at like 8:30, like 3 times a week. All right. So how's everybody doing? Right. For old viewers, I know, guys. I'm sorry. I left. But for old viewers, if you remember the old stuff that I put out, wow, we're talking about like summer before. I think we nailed it. I think before I even took a position, I think we nailed it. You haven't known what to do with SNDL. Sorry. So, well, now that I'm here, let's get right into it. All right. So, all right. So, Kramer won't respond to me, Ross, Todd, Brady, or Jason. I mean, he's definitely not going to respond to me. I think he has Todd blocked also. So Todd used to work with him, oddly enough. But yeah, so I don't think we're going to get a response. I mean, he's had me blocked since 2014, and I literally never tweeted to the guy. I guess some people, some members of the Wolf Pack were always trolling him, and my name was just always ending up in there. How much did those Tilray puts go up? So I got into February 19th, $50 puts yesterday on Tilray. But it was just trading so wild, and there wasn't anything really going on in the market. I mean, on days like that when the FOMO is really kicking in, it's best to just get in, get out, and take it from there. So I got in 9. I took 36%. I didn't get big size because the contracts were expensive. I paid $910 a contract. So I was happy with 36%, a little bit more than $3 on each of those. But then they went down to like 745, and I was like, oh, this looks good. They ended up going to like $19. But I'm still in my Sundial put. So I'm in March 5th. I think March 5th, 250 Sundial puts. So yeah, those worked out well. All right. So, I think it was pretty easy to call. So yesterday, I talked about on a different live stream. I know that some of you guys caught it on Twitter, just the ARB with Aphria and Tilray. So like Tilray's up here, Aphria's down here. They're only getting like 0.83 shares of Aphria. So we had to find some equilibrium. I actually thought that Tilray would go down to 27 today. That's just kind of the number I had stuck in my head, just because that's where I was watching Aphria yesterday. So I figured, maybe the market just kind of goes there. I mean, look, Tilray going to 27 still makes it way, way, way overvalued. I mean, understand that they partnered up, and it was a matter of survival. Obviously, a better deal for Aphria. I wouldn't be shocked to see a bunch of Form 4s come out on Tilray, some of those guys. So, I mean, this thing went to $75. Sundial, on the other hand, went to, what was it, 470 today, pre-market. And one of the things I said in TTG while I was at 389, I was like yelling at people. I'm like, if you do not take profit up here, you're an idiot. Because there's no way that this thing is worth. I mean, look, guys, and I like hearing the line, they're debt free. They're debt free. They don't make money. They've lost money the last 4 quarters. Okay. They're not coming to the United States. Like that's not happening. There's no way that happens. Okay. They've got inferior, like they can't even prove themselves in Canada. What makes them think they're going to be able to operate in the United States? And what makes people think that the United States is just going to be like, yes, foreign company, come play inside our market? And if you go on the assumption that legalization doesn't happen in a year or 2 years, which hopefully that doesn't happen, but let's just, let's say that it does, Sundial runs out of money. I mean, this thing is the dry ships of weed. And, look, the Wall Street Bets crowd, they jumped all over it. And that's good. That, look, if you got in that thing at 13 cents like 2 months ago, congratulations. That's a massive, massive win. I'm not trying to take that from you. I mean, I wish I was in that trade. But, sometimes my bias and just kind of understanding of the company won't allow me to get in. Like, all right, I'll get in with a little, but I'm not going to, come in with any type of size. Or in this case, look, that was the wrong move. I feel good about it though. I definitely wouldn't buy this thing over $1. You guys remember they rushed out 2 placements at like $1.75 with warrants. Like, what do you think is going to happen? And that was before the stock was where it is. As soon as that paper can come out, gone. This thing's back. If it's not in 5 months, I mean, I think maybe you buy 6-month out puts, $1.50 puts, and I think that those pay. I think you could go, honestly, you could go September puts and make a killing on them. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think the further out, the better. And I don't think they're going to be that expensive. Canopy also. I mean, look, their earnings were shit. Minus $2.43 a share. Their revenue went up, but I think they had 800 million in write-downs. And it went up. And everybody's making this bet, Canopy's going to enter the United States. Yeah, they're going to enter. They'll definitely have the cash to do it, but they're still going to be way behind the U.S. companies. The U.S. companies, it's like, let's go 4 quarters of doing this. Here, all right, beat. And the crazy thing is that all of you can actually look and see what the numbers are for most of these companies, all of these companies, because each state keeps a record. And in Florida, it's OMMU website. So they actually have weekly reports of what's sold. In Illinois, it's monthly. Okay? So you can see that since February, cannabis sales have just gone up. They haven't gone down since last February. So it's a full year just improving. Now we've got New Jersey, we've got Arizona. I mean, look, people are going to have a reason to go to New Jersey from New York. You don't think the New Yorkers are going to be like, I'm just going to, go over the Hudson into Jersey. I'm finally going to have a reason to go to Jersey, and I'm going to buy some weed. So, and now because of COVID and all the deficits that states are running, they want to rush out legalization. And a lot of companies that are in the United States, one, they've been playing with an arm tied behind their back. So one of the things that I think a lot of people miss is, and I'm sorry if I'm ranting. Is this okay? Is this rant okay? Okay, good. So, and a lot of what people miss is, like safe banking is important. I mean, they're just like, people like to throw out safe banking, not really understand what that means. It's access to capital at, not like loan shark rates, but also what it means is being, filing your taxes like a normal business. Okay. So the way they do it, the way that that 280E works, from what I understand, it's like a tax on like total revenue. So if you look at like Target, if Target had to pay their taxes the way that Potstock companies and like the MSOs, they'd be paying 85% tax. Okay. So instead, they're paying 22%. That just gives you an idea. And it fluctuates like based off of the revenue, but give you an idea. And I've said this before, Trulieve paid 77 million so far this year or in 2020 in taxes, when they should have got like a 40 million rebate, So if you're just taking a look at it from a one-to-one basis, you go from basically paying 100 million plus in taxes to, a lot lower, which means you don't have to go to the markets to try and get cash, because now you have the cash. That cash doesn't cost you anything because it's from generating revenue, and you can use that however you like. And because these companies have had to be fiscally responsible this entire time, we're seeing the benefits. The US companies are doing everything that the Canadian companies promised they would do by the time weed went legal in Canada in 2018. Look, Canopy said that they were going to be profitable, positive EBITDA, all right, positive gross margin by 2018. Now they're saying 2022, and the market's like, well, pot stocks are hot. There's going to be a couple survivors, all right, from the Canadian side. It's going to be Aphria, it's going to be Canopy, and maybe Kronos. Oh, maybe Village Farms also. I gotta give Village Farms a nod too. But that's it. Everybody else, I think, dies, and everybody's just fighting over scraps. So, think about it this way. Canopy trades at a multiple of like 21, 22 right now, I think. Crazy, right? They did, I believe, 105 million less than Curaleaf last quarter in revenue. I think Curaleaf's gross margin, it was 66%. Canopy's was minus 23%. And Curaleaf trades at a multiple of 6. So what happens if you flip that multiple and all of a sudden Curaleaf's trading at a 20 multiple? Let's just say a 20 multiple. It's basically 3x, right? So same way, so now you got Canopy up here and you got Curaleaf here. This happens. What happens when these things can go on a major exchange? Okay, when the brokerages and like the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, whatever, and then we have custodians for the stock, because that's the big problem. They can't get custodians because it's federally illegal. And, that's part of it, but safe banking opens the door for everything, So yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, guys. I did buy June MSOS $55 calls. I took a starter position in them today, again at $9. I'm looking to add to them either tomorrow or the next day, and we're going to see. I don't know what futures are doing. Let's do a futures check while we're here. So I think look, we need a little bit of a cool down. So it would not shock me a bit if we get maybe a little hope on the open where like, oh look, oh we're going green, and then a fade. And then just kind of bounce around a little and then just settle off. What's my thoughts on body and mind? I look, I look at it like this, guys. It's pretty simple. If it's a Canadian company, I think it's a trade. It's a trade at best. Like, I think that what you got this week, I'd say top for the Canadians, where the U.S. companies are, hitting new highs each, every other week. Why? Because we've got a lot of catalysts yet to bear fruit here in the U.S. And a lot of the Canadian companies are, Canopy came pretty close. I think it hit 55 yesterday, or 56. It's not its all-time high. TerraSend, Curaleaf, Green Thumb, all-time highs this week. And a bunch of others. MSOS is ripping. Look, the only access people have to the U.S. companies, if they're on Robinhood or Webull, or even Merrill Lynch, is by buying the MSOS ETF. And the more money that goes into that ETF, the more they buy, their top positions. And their top positions right now are Green Thumb, Trulieve, and Curaleaf. I like Curaleaf because it's slower. They're gonna do very well in New Jersey, along with TerraSend, and they've got flags planted in Arizona. But if New York goes legal, they're gonna crush it. All right. Do I think the market rises tomorrow so it screws over Canadian shorts? Look, the Canadian the shorts aren't wrong. Okay, they're not wrong to be short Tilray. But at the end of the day, like if you're trading something with Wall Street bets, you have to understand, like, you're playing musical chairs, and if the shorts cover, then all of a sudden it becomes like everybody diamond hands. Well, it's like diamond hands me, diamond hands you. Well, who are we fighting against? We end up having to fight each other in Thunderdome, right? And that's, like, we're just everybody's just tossing a grenade. We're playing hot potato with a live grenade, right? And what happens is somebody throws a grenade and it's a crowd of investors, and then they blow up. Look, people were buying Sundial at $4. People were buying Tilray at 75 bucks. Could you imagine if you bought Tilray at 75 on the hopes that this is going to go to 300, not even understanding why it went to 300 the last time because the float got locked? Completely proven that they can't sell weed in Canada. There's a couple of good companies. So, do I know who bought the 100 million worth of Green Thumb? Yeah. So, Betting Bruiser thinks that he reverse engineered it and thinks that it was BlackRock. Until somebody tells me otherwise, I'm going to say BlackRock. You want me to mention OGI? I think OGI is shit. OGI, besides Aurora now that we see Aurora's financials, got the most money from the Canadian government, almost like PPP. Yeah, they were the biggest beneficiary of it until, we saw Aurora. So, they're getting a lot of help. So these numbers are kind of fudged. Like, what happens if they don't get that money? I mean, look, Aurora shut down Aurora Sky, like the flagship. Now it's like a warehouse with a can of soup in the middle of it. That's not growth, guys. I hate to break it to you, Aurora's never going to happen. Okay, Aurora would have to get to $150, $150 just to get back to its all-time high. You see that shit ever happening? You know how much debt that they have? It's disgusting. Any share unlocks incoming on Curaleaf soon? You can check on stateside cannabis investors, and they have like an unlock schedule. But yeah, I mean, guys, the volume in the US, it sucks. Because, guys, remember, and I said this months ago, last time I did this, was institutions can't buy it. Most hedge funds can't buy it. Like, they can't buy Curaleaf. They can't buy Green Thumb. They can't buy Trulieve. The companies that are crushing it, they can't buy it because of the rules. They can't buy OTC companies. So everybody's buying Sundial and all this crap and running it up. I mean, guys, Silver Spike is trying to say that Weed Maps is worth $1.2 billion. The day that it traded, one of the guys from Weed Maps, I'm not going to say who, sent me a message, said, there's no way Weed Maps is worth $1.2 billion. And I've said it before, I'm like, Weed Maps is like a $300 million company. And they fail to mention that there's a huge DOJ investigation going on with them, where people that have dispensaries are being forced to turn over data with regards to Weed Maps. You don't ever hear anybody talking about that. So, it's just kind of like they want to catch in on the action, but guys, they are going to dump into you the first chance that they get. And they're doing it now, right? So, we've got to, look at history and just be smarter. We have to take that profit. Like, guys, these aren't normal returns. So take advantage of them. Like, fuck them. You should be selling into them. And then when you got all this profit that you didn't have, put some in your pocket and then reinvest some in some companies that you actually want to be long. Guys, if you're on Robinhood, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, I'm on Robinhood. Fuck off. So you just TerraSend, when I bought it, was $2.86. I was selling it yesterday at 16. Is Robinhood that fucking worth it? No, of course not. Do I think CGC will be successful? I think that they can be successful. I think that they can carve out a niche. I think that their drinks taste like, dog shit, but, some people like the taste of dog shit. What can I tell you? They can look, they're going to have cash and they're going to have a backing. But if they're going to be successful, they're not going to be successful by being in Canada. They'll only be successful if they can make the transition to the United States. But, ask me that, you got all these US companies that are absolutely dominating. Absolutely dominating. What Canopy should have done was buy an option on Trulieve, Curaleaf, some of the other ones. They did buy an option on TerraSend and Acreage. Fuck, they bought an option on Acreage. Acreage was $25 or 20. It hit 29, and then it went all the way down to 2. Now it's at 4. That's the fucking horse that they back. So no, Andrew Knutson, what happens if MJNE float gets locked? What are we looking at for profit? I'm in that thing since 11 cents. I bought some today. look, I've seen that thing go to $8 from 2, like no problem. I squeezed it a couple years ago with 50 grand from 2 to 5. The float's like 10 million. It's the most speculative thing I have in my portfolio, but it's also the best performing. Just nobody knows about it. So, I think that there'll be dips, but who knows where it's going to end. I mean, like, look, it's up 500% a month. Yeah, CXXI. Look, I don't really have a problem with CXXI anymore. I know Todd Harrison's an advisor. I know he wouldn't be an advisor on a company that is, doing any type of fuckery. And I know that they got new management. Honestly, it's one of those companies where I just don't care to own it. So I don't care to look into it. We're in such a target-rich environment with Potstocks. Like, my whole thing right now is, I'm building very big positions and using the daily ranges to get paid to stay long. And I need to really focus on that because once it does go legal, or we do start getting some of those catalysts, safe banking, 280E, Robinhood traders being able to actually fucking buy it, rescheduling, then I can sit back, hold long. I can do a lot of stuff. I can do covered calls. I can sell, but I can do just a ton of stuff. So my job right now is to accumulate as many free shares in these things as possible. Did I talk about Hemp Fusion yet? No, I didn't. I didn't even include the ticker, but they did send me this. So, and if you're in Florida, let's say a little plug. Thanks, Hemp Fusion. I had a bunch of stuff from a bunch of companies actually. Look, that thing just went public January 6th. Also has a 12 million share float. Nobody's, you're not going to see me like tweeting about it. That thing will catch on when it does. Great. They have a share unlock in 4 months and then 6 months. The 4-month one is tiny. The 6-month one is bigger, but it's not the type of like crazy, like out of control, like where 300 million shares come out. It's relatively small in comparison to a lot of companies. No, and full disclosure, I own 200,000 shares of it. And I think today it closed at $2.30. And I've owned it from the placement. The ticker is CBDHF. Yeah, so I didn't include it. Prediction on when Florida goes rec. Man, we're fucked up here in Florida. We have probably the fucking dumbest governor in the United States. They're talking about locking down Florida. Like, you're not allowed to leave Florida because of the way they handled COVID. They're handling COVID. It's a fucking nightmare. So probably I'd say best case scenario, 2022, most likely 2023, in which case truly doubles. Are you exiting in March like usual? No, not. I'm not going to get fully out. I'm going to take part of my position out. Like, maybe I sell all the free shares I have in some of my positions, but the way that I manage my trades and my like Potstock portfolio now, I'm insulating myself from March pullbacks, but at the same time, the Ides of March is going to be very different. And I swear, guys, I will do an Ides of March podcast for you, or a stream. It's going to be very different because the way the IRS is working this year, so there's, everything's kind of getting pushed back. But also, look, I think the Canadians suffer because they usually do. They pull back, and they're not giving people a reason to really stay long. So when you get that sell in May, go away, where the U.S. companies, we're going to go into earnings next month, and the earnings are going to be good. So it's like, well, why do I want to sell this? Just because? So yeah, look, I expect the Canadian companies to pull down the U.S. companies a bit, but I think that this dip is viable, 30-minute wait times at Trulieve right now. Medical only. I know. I love Trulieve. I really do. I don't own it because my wife does stuff with the company. Like she's not hired from the company, but she does stuff in the state where she's doing. My wife's an engineer, so she does a bunch of the studies. So instead of her having to recuse herself, I was just like, I'll just buy Green Thumb and Curaleaf. That's fine. I own a lot of it. I'm really upset that I never held on to my position. So I owned 36,000 shares at one point from 8 and sold at an average of 1950. But it also happened within like 2-week period. So I didn't really have, I wasn't a cult member at that point. What do you think of Tilray Aphria? Is this Wall Street bets or market correction? This is all Wall Street bets. This is all Wall Street bets. This is nobody in their right mind. My phone has been non-stop since yesterday. Since yesterday pre-market. I'm getting calls by a lot of people you guys know, a lot of people that you guys talk to on Twitter, or see on TV. I got a message today from one of the biggest fund guys I know at like, I gotta see it. What did he say? At 9:55, Canada is going to get absolutely destroyed today. So, but then, other people like, what the fuck is going on? Like, look, people are trying to get a sense of, look, there's a lot of people that haven't come up in Potstocks, understanding like the social media, the Reddit, the Facebook world. So this is like, I'm like, this is like my Super Bowl, right? I'm like, I understand everything that's happening. I understand like the psychology of the market, the stupidity of the market, all the noobs in the market. So yeah, just amazing. I mean, really, like, guys, you got to look. This is how I look at it, right? And this is 1,000% my honest opinion. You know how you say, like, man, I wish I could go back to this time knowing what I know? That's exactly how I feel about Potstocks right now. Okay? I'm getting to go back to 2016, right? Knowing what I know. Having played it right this entire time. And understanding the trend, understanding like that we are nowhere near peak FOMO. Like my buddy Luke, Luke, you watching, buddy? Is like, he's like, I'm thinking about getting out. So I get, it's like, something gets lost in translation in text. So I read it as he thinks he wants to get out. And I was like, are you fucking crazy? It's like, I don't care if I miss the top. And I'm like, dude, you're not even going to miss the middle, right? And that's truth, right? Let's assign some values to those 3 catalysts. 3 catalysts again: safe banking, legalization, Robinhood. Okay. Oh, and throw in uplist to an exchange. And we'll just call it 3. I'd say probably going to a major exchange is probably bigger than all of them. 30%, 40% move. Okay, 280E, call it 20%, like tack 20, 30% in a vacuum on these companies. All right, so it's like, let's look. If you got a $10 company and it goes up 30%, right? And that not including FOMO, okay, it's 13. All right, then so that's 30%. Then let's say they can uplist. So safe banking, then uplist. All right, let's tack on 40%. Now add FOMO, because now all the people that couldn't buy are having to buy from us. And Potstock traders are hodlers, right? So they're like, not fucking giving that shit up. So tack on 40%. So we're at 13. What's 40%? Call it $5. All right. So now we're at 18. We're not even to legalization yet. So a $10 company has gotten 80% in a vacuum. And that's just 1-to-1, right? That's no intrinsic value. That's no real multiple. That's just a 1-to-1 on that. What happens in reality? 50%, 50%, 50%. And then hitting, expansion, addressable market in the United States. Guys, it's the fucking greatest time to be a pot stock investor. You know how much fucking Star Wars shit I'm going to have in my office after this? A lot. You getting a chubby, right? I'm like full sail right here. But guys, only way that happens is, look, we need the fucking Canadians. We need you fucking Canucks. You maple syrup drinking bastards. We need the new people that are watching this for the first time. We need you to be smart, okay? Take advantage of the pumps. It's okay to play a pump. Guys, I'll play a dog shit company all day, but you see $100 on the ground, you don't walk past it and think, oh, maybe there's $500 up there. You fucking take it. You don't need to bottom tick and top tick everything. You just need to make money and not lose money, right? You get into a Wall Street bets trade, and you can see, like, all right, like, guys, they're trading stuff that's shit because it's shit, Understand. Wolf, wouldn't you say LPs would have more FOMO than LPs? I guess, did you mean MSOs? The only reason that there's FOMO in the LPs is because they're using it as a proxy. They want to own the MSOs, but they're like, well, if retail's dumb enough to buy it, we'll light the match to get them, all heated up. Thai Life Sciences, I'm not sure. I'm hoping soon. I think once the Thai Life Sciences go up, IPOs, it's going to do very well, and it's going to really excite the mushroom market. Okay, right now the top 3 companies are Compass, MindMed, and Cybin, believe it or not, which a lot of people I don't really think even know Cybin. I know Cybin because I'm a founding investor in it. So I just got, I fully admit it. Like, I didn't think it was going to do this well, but I also didn't think the whole mushroom space was going to do this well. Follow you on Twitter? Sure. Send me a message. Send me a message and call me a douchebag. That's how I'll know it's you. All right? Say, Wolf, you're a douche. Those exact words. Are you saying Aphria is a shit company because Wall Street Bets is pumping it? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not near the valuation that it should be. And I think Aphria is only going up because it's piggybacking on Tilray when, if anything, it should have been Aphria going up, and it's crazy land. No, I think, look, Aphria is, in terms of revenue, if you take like the top 10 companies in terms of just revenue, Aphria is number 6. It's like Green Thumb, Curaleaf, Trulieve, GW Pharma, Aphria. Like, I think Aurora, Village Farm. I think Aurora was 10, and Village Farms was 11. I have it saved, actually. Let me see. See, guys, I saved some of this shit. Okay, ready? You guys want the list? Now, these are old numbers. So, Curaleaf, 238 million. Green Thumb, 205 million. Cresco Labs, 195. GW Pharma, 179. Trulieve, 178. Aphria, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Aphria, 144. Canopy, 135 million. So it was last quarter. So let's do the math. What's 238 minus 135? It's $103 million difference. Okay? Think about that for a second. Now look at the market cap for Curaleaf. Let's do it. Fuck. We're here, right? You guys okay with this? Let's look. I'm just going to look on this app. The numbers might not be real or accurate, but Curaleaf. There we go. Financials. Oh, fucking get it to me. It's such a fucking pain in the dick. What the fuck is it? Guys, can somebody give me the market cap of Curaleaf and the market cap of Canopy? I'll wait. Oh, fuck, I can do it on my E-Trade app. All right, here we go. Quick details. Is that CAD 11.5 market cap? I got 10.59. What's all right, I'm gonna look at CGC. So 10.59. $19.65 billion. Fucking 100%. See, I'm going off of whatever E-Trade is saying. All right, so all right, Andrew, let's say, yeah, it's a 40% difference. I thought it was it's a 40% difference. Okay? Somebody do Trulieve and Green Thumb now. Okay? So let's go back to where Canopy is. Where the fuck are you, Canopy? All right, 135. So yeah, Green Thumb did 205. Cresco Labs did 195. Trulieve 178. Trulieve is 21 billion? No way. What? What's up, Brian Penny? Green Thumb 9 point. Yeah. It's crazy. Guys, we're living in fucking crazy times, Yeah, it's Hemptown. I see Hemptown. I got a hat. When is it going public? It's supposed to go public in April. They sent me a bunch of shit too. Fuck. I think this is Hemptown. No, this is Terrascend, Apothecary. No, again. Yeah, Apothecary. Jason Wild sent me a bunch of stuff. I got one of these. So thank you, Jason Wild. MSOS sent me a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of weed swag here. I think I should do like an unboxing and just have all the Canadian companies send me a bunch of, or Canadian US companies just send me stuff and then just give it away to people. I think that's a good idea. Tilray got a price target of 0. That's funny. Okay, Truly 5.57 billion TD. Cool. So yeah, guys. So that's the difference, right? So the US companies undervalued, Canadian companies overvalued. It's like US companies making money, positive EBITDA. Canadian companies losing money, billions in write-downs, in a country that is still fucking up the rollout. Like the numbers are improving, but guys, like Colorado is going to do more in weed sales than all of Canada this year. Again, Colorado has a population of 4 million. You tell me that that's a functioning system, and I'll eat a bag of dicks on here. Oh, no way. You can grow weed in Arizona now? So, yeah. What are my expectations for MSO earnings? I think that you've definitely seen some expansion. So you're really going to have to do a tight read. I wouldn't be surprised if revenues go down because they're spending more. Understand like they're spending because states are opening up. So like Arizona, New Jersey, New York, potentially. Then you've got Montana, North Dakota or South Dakota. I don't know. Mississippi. So like there's going to be money like put into that expansion. But at the end of the day, you're going to see that their sales and everything are going up. Their OPEX their operating expenses are going to go up. Okay. Like so I think you get a beat on earnings, like on revenue, like actual weed that they sell, which is important, right? They need to sell weed. Everything that I can see from the data within states is they're growing more and more and more weed. They're getting more and more patients. Like you got to look at it this way. Every time Trulieve opens a new dispensary, that means that they got X amount more patients. And they have to get those patients before they happen. Yeah, and like somebody said on here, 30-minute wait to get weed. Guys, they cannot grow fast enough, And pun intended, no pun intended, but you know what I mean. What's a good seed bank to invest in? There are no good seed banks to invest in. Clever Leaves is shit. Clever Leaves is shit, guys. I'm sorry. A lot of people are like, "Ooh, Clever Leaves," and they're like, I know. I'm surprised I didn't get trolled on it because I was like a couple of fucking douchebags were like, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about," And I was like, okay, good luck. Yeah, the Clever Leaves' whole thing is, low-cost cannabis in South America and Europe. Europe will be lucky if they sell $100 million. You call it fucking euros. I don't care. They'll be lucky if they sell 100 million. Call it fucking 200 million euros worth of cannabis in the whole EU. Okay, so how big is that market for Clever Leaves? Okay, anybody know what the market cap on Clever Leaves is? Verano, any thoughts? Andy, are you watching this? So my buddy Andy, who runs Soul Global, he's got a big piece in Verano. AltMed is a great company here in Florida. you know, I'd work for them. So, hey, if you want to hire me, give me a fucking sick options, like 8-figure options package, I will say goodbye to all these people and do it. Kidding, not kidding. Yes, yeah, I know Europe is a joke. All metal do good. Gauge Cannabis is coming out in 2 months. That's going to do good. That's going to do well, I should say. I know better. I'm an English major. So yeah. Thoughts on tomorrow for MSOS? Guys, I think tomorrow, guys, we'll be lucky if we're a little bit red tomorrow. You're going to have a couple things that need to line up, okay? One, people that are in these other stocks are going to get fucking destroyed, okay? Tilray would be lucky to guys, look at the fucking move on Tilray lost $40 fucking dollars from its high. $40 fucking dollars. When's the last time Tilray was 30? Like 2 days ago? Wiped. Guys, people got fucking wiped out. February 8th, it was 30. It took 3 fucking days. And guys, like this, Tilray can easily go down to $20. Easily. Like if Tilray was $20 next week, I'd have, I would not be shocked in the least. But if Tilray goes down $20, it's going to drag on the MSOs. So like today, what I could have done better is I could have been a little bit more patient with buying the dip on MSOs. But understand that yesterday I sold the tops on everything that I owned, and then it dipped. I caught the bottom. I bought that dip, and then I went right back to those tops and I sold it again. So I'm coming in to the day with $2 of insurance on like each position, So I was fucking happy to get it for like 50 cents less, $1 less. I mean, the lowest, I literally ran out of money today. Like the lowest I got Curaleaf was 1670. I did get Harvest. I got 10,000 shares of Harvest at 360 today. So I was happy about that. But for that, I had to call a broker to do it. So I had to use, tomorrow I'm going to be patient. When the last, guys, remember what happened with the last GameStop thing when the market just took a shit? Okay, well, now it's a little bit more focused on marijuana. So marijuana investors, again, they're not very smart. A bunch will get margin called because they're fucking buying too much. And they're going to sell the companies that are good to satisfy those debts they accrued. Yeah, diamond hands are going to be like toilet paper hands, Yeah, but you know what? When the Reddit rally went, and games remember we had that day, I think it was a Wednesday or Thursday where you could not get into your brokerage. And like Curaleaf was like 1650 the week before or 2 weeks before that. And then all of a sudden it's like hitting 13. I bought that dip so hard and I was like, this thing's going to go lower. I actually sent myself a wire. Because I was just like, I put money back into my account just to buy that dip. And then we went from 13 to fucking 18. So it was like, so like if this thing drops down to 13, I'm going to be looking at unrealized paper losses, that'll be a little bit scary, but it's a Bible dip, given like everything that we know and, the potential for the US market, I mean, I remember when Canopy was $7 in the summer of 2017, and everybody's like, oh, it's never going to go any higher. And Canada didn't even legalize medical marijuana at this point. Like they had passed it, but it wasn't like fully legalized, So there was like no deals with other companies. Like that's why I'm telling you guys, like these are the companies you want to be in. That's a good question. I tapped out of dry powder. How do I mitigate losses on this upcoming dip, or just stomach it until I can trim profits? Yeah, look, if you've got a small account, I don't know if you do, you can just stay long and just, add to them. But, look, you shouldn't be all in on just cannabis. Like I'm not just trading cannabis. So I have other things that I'm in. So I'm like trading US Steel. I was just in some LAZR $32 call options this week. That thing hit 38 today. I went short Tilray, so I used those proceeds to as kind of a little buffer. I'm short Sundial, so look, if Sundial drops a bunch, yeah, maybe it offset. It's not going to offset much, but I'm still going to have powder. You should always keep powder. You should never have like all of your cash in something, because it's, in Potstocks, just when you think it's, like the dip's going to get bought up, it'll just drop on you. Potstocks are notorious for getting faded, So yeah, guys. I think US Steel 6 months out is going to do well. I think we're going to get infrastructure week. I know that the Democrats are asking for more stimulus because the economy is getting better faster. So, I think Biden is so focused on COVID that he had to come out really guns blazing. And, I got a vaccine. I got my first shot. And I got lucky because they had 300 extra doses, and my friend at a hospital was like, come. And I left in the middle of the day, and I was like trading in from the backseat of my car. I was literally online for 5 hours. So yeah, anyway, I digressed a little. I think, he's got to start talking about the economy right now. So US Steel, and look, the Democrats are really, I'm a Republican, but you can't fudge the numbers. Democrats are better at job creation than Republicans, and why? Because they always do big infrastructure projects like out of the gates. Yeah, I got the Pfizer vaccine. My arm hurt. I couldn't lift my arm. So no, Matthew Rafici. Matt says, isn't global LP companies better than the one country MSOs in the long term? No, it's not. Because here's the thing. If the US legalizes, okay, what makes you think that they're not going to enter foreign markets? Because if the US legalizes, now they can ship. Guys, they're going to have a much better cash position. You know why they're going to have a much better cash position? It's fucking simple. All right? If I leave you with anything else, it's this. We've got fucking 10 times the population. We got 10 times the population. So it's like, how are you going to fund that operation in Canada? You tell me if that makes sense. How does that make sense? You've got 10% of the market. Okay. You're not even, I mean, Colorado does more than you. Like, look, it's a $30 billion market in the United States. It's just over $1 billion in Canada. Like, it's fucking laughable. Sorry, I'm not picking on you. For Lent, I'm giving up, being a dick to people. But if it wasn't Lent, I'd be like, that's fucking stupid. It's just math at this point. Thoughts on Corbis Pharma? They were $8. They had a failed drug trial. It's going to take them at least 3 years. You're buying hopes and dreams right now. Yeah, I'm still short Sundial. Now, why would I close my position today? It went down. Guys, I'm not going to get shaken on something like that has no business being at 470. And the thing, the option that I was in dropped down to 70 cents. I bought them at $1. And I was like, I got to fill on, I had an order and I got to fill on 6 of them at 70 cents. And then I got some at 90. So I bought the dip. And I don't have like a crazy position. The US will always prevail over Europe and Canada. It doesn't just apply to Potstocks, and I live in Canada. It's true, Jeff. USA. So yeah. So anyway, guys, holy shit. We've been on for an hour. I was just thinking I was going to come on for 20 minutes. How many likes do I have? 37 likes? What the fuck? 37 likes, guys? For real? For real? There you go. Thanks, guys. I mean, not that I'm trying to get the algorithms to suck me off. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk people off the ledge, and really, I just wanted to say hi. I like doing these. All right. I haven't traded Roku in a while. I've got Roku remorse, honestly. I got deep Roku remorse. I got remorse for a lot of companies, honestly. I mean, I sold my Square at $85 from 40. I sold my Boeing from 90 to 185, and I was happy with that. I sold Lululemon at 218. I sold Zoom at 100. Fuck me. I sold IIPR at 147. But I cry into my pillow at night. Nobody goes broke taking profit. And I sold my GW Pharma at 133, and then it dipped down to I was like, I'll get back in at like 190 at like 90, and it got back to 90, and I was like, I'm just gonna buy these MSOs. So yeah. So yeah, guys. So that's it in a nutshell. Let's see before we go how futures are doing. Pretty flat. Ooh, the VIX though, 1.8% up. VIX doesn't really scare me until it's up like 2%, 2.5%. Could easily see you talking about Potstocks have 100K views every video. Well, only way this video is going to get 100,000 views is if every one of you guys shares it and tells a friend to share it, and then they share it. What was the beef with Moonshine earlier? I didn't have a beef with him. Look, I was in MJ&E, and it was my fault. It was a dick move. Because I was like, oh, fucking people are cracking the bid. Because look, I got a bunch of people in that with big positions. They're like just bitching to me. So I was like, maybe if your people didn't fucking hit the bid. So, which was a dick move. It's a dick move. But he wants to be fucking mad. What do I care? Fuck, be mad. Go for it. So yeah. All right. All right, guys. Well, it's been real, and I hope you like this. Hope we had fun. And I'll post when I start doing this nightly. I'm going to do it for a true trading group, but I'm not going to be salesy. I just want to fucking talk weed. All right. And then if you want to trade with me with Potstocks, guys, it's like playing with Jordan, like the 96 Bulls every single day. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.